Hello, gorgeous souls. Wake up call. I don't know where you are in the world. Maybe it's early morning, maybe it's evening time, and maybe you don't need to be woken up, but maybe you do. And this is just what remains from my meditation on Insight Timer. So I wanted to share with you on this very hot Tuesday afternoon that if you have your own business, congratulations. If you're thinking about having your own business, for those of you that were on Inside Timer with me, I know a lot of you are thinking about starting your own business. Don't wait another minute. It is a very cool thing to be doing to change life with your own business. Disclosure though, it comes with a lot of self development, a lot of challenges, and also a lot of satisfactions. So, gorgeous souls, for those of you that are already deep, deep in your business, maybe you've been in business for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, you know that each and every, I want to say, cycle of your business, like every cycle of life, comes with new promises, maybe new expectations, maybe new challenges. And we live in a world that is very, very fast paced. So, if a few years ago, when you were starting your business, you had time to figure things out, I felt everybody was a bit more patient. The world was slower, definitely from a, call it, metaphysical perspective, maybe, or a physical perspective. Now the world is spinning really, really, really fast. And for all of my quantum lovers, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But even if you're not into quantum physics and you are more into the 3D reality, the world is going fast. Business has changed. There is certainly a lot more opportunities around, but also a lot more noise. So, if you are at a point in your business where you want to, I call it up level, which simply means you want to change something in your business. Maybe you want to challenge yourself. Maybe you want to confront yourself with something different and bigger. Maybe by necessity, you need to have things done differently. So, whether it's you want more income by necessity, maybe it's because you just feel like it. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with feeling like you want more income in your business. I, as a money breakthrough coach, what I see a lot is people feeling guilty. And that might not be a very obvious sensation or knowing that you're feeling guilty about the money, but you know you carry some of that guilt when money becomes heavy, when you don't like to talk about the money, when you first thing that you say in your business, it's not about the money. And I see this a lot of times. And most of the time, it's not even yours. Most of the time, if you're a woman, of course, you know that women were not allowed to have money, open their own bank account, work, go to school, study. And in some countries, unfortunately, still like this. So, of course, if you find yourself in a position where either you're a single woman or you're a woman married to a spouse and the spouse is a man, if you're making more money than your man, then again, that can carry imbalances in the relationship that can hold you back. And I see this is why I talk about it. It's not that I'm inventing circumstances, situations that don't exist. I see it probably a lot more than what you imagine. What I see a lot as well is women that have a side business, but they're, the husband is the main provider, and they treat their business like maybe a little pet and a project that it's nice to have, but they're not really involved in that. And it's all good until your relationship is fine. But if something was to miss in your relationship, as in if you lose your husband, that's what happened to me. I didn't have my own business at the time, but when I lost my husband financially, it really required for me to step up, not only financially, in every area of leadership, of parenting, in every area of my life. And so whether you, if something happens and that person comes to miss, then you want to be in a position where you have your business that can sustain you. I didn't think we were going to go so deep today. So if you're watching the replay, we're going deep. If you're just jumping on, we're going deep. And my passion, it's really to support people like you who have your own business, who maybe don't come from a culture or a family where you always had your own business. So for you, the business is a foreign thing. Maybe you're the only one in your family to have your own business. And so it's not in your genes. So it's important to find out and to give yourself permission, first and foremost, that you don't have to know everything about business development. You probably never thought about money as much as when you started your own business. Somebody said to me, "Oh my God, Alex, I didn't realize that when I was employed, I wasn't thinking about money. But now that I'm self employed, I'm thinking about money 24/7." And it's like this for a lot of people. Another things that changes when you go from employment to your own business, self employed, is in employment, you talk about money maybe once a year, twice a year with your bonus, as in you go to your employer and they say, "Look, Melissa, this is the position, this is how much money you're going to make a year, and this is how much bonus you can potentially make." That's it. Typically, you don't talk about it for another year when you've got a money review. In your business, I remember a few a few people that I helped transition from employment to new business. The things that was really, really, really heavy for them was that every day, quote, you have to speak about money and ask for money. Because every time you make a sale, and this is primarily, of course, if you make sales through conversations, through sales calls, if you do it through DMs, okay, as well. But if you do it through automations, then of course it's different. But if you do it through DMs conversations, emails conversations, if you do it through sales conversation, you probably need to talk about money, talk about your pricing several times a day. And if you're not used to that, that requires a lot of energy. A lot of people as well are nervous in sales conversations. I love it. I wasn't at the beginning. I was terrified about sales conversations. So if somebody comes to me and say, "I'm afraid of sales conversation," I hear you, I see you, I understand you, and you got reasons to. It's not about faking till you make it. It really is about understanding yourself more deeply so you can show up in sales conversation in a very truthful, authentic way. And, knowing as well sales psychology is going to help you. The other thing that probably, and this is even if you've been in business a long time, I still see it. The one thing, if you want to uplevel your business, is your pricing. Now, pricing, I will never get bored to say that until things really change, is the most undervalued asset in your business. Because some people think they know about pricing, and quite frankly, it's such a complex topic that requires certifications and studying. I'm a money breakthrough coach. I'm a sacred money archetype certified coach. I'm a business coach, and they're all variations of different level that you can work with pricing. So if somebody says, "Oh, done some mindset work, I'm fine for the rest of my life. You're not fine. There is always a next level. And that takes mastery. The same it takes mastery for a surgeon to go and do heart surgery, it takes mastery to price yourself in a way that generates a lot of sales. Now, you can price yourself without mastery, and it's not about pricing yourself high or low. That's really what, if there is one thing that you can take away from this life, is it's not am I charging too high or too low, but it's where is your energetics? Where is the money threshold where it's the perfect equilibrium between your energy and the client's demand? Because it's not about pricing high or low compared to other people. It's compared to yourself, compared to your offer, compared to your niche. So you are an element of that energy. Your potential client is another element of that equation. And if there isn't synergy, harmony, equilibrium, it's not going to work. And so it's a very deep conversation and layer conversation. Does it need to be complicated? No. Does it need to be taken seriously? Yes. And to me, I discovered it with a lot of pain. A lot of pain and a lot of trial and errors and a lot of discipline in the end and a lot of resilience. And that's why I study money breakthrough coaching, because to me, it's needed. To me, not many people are in this field. To me, once you work on that, you got a skill that is always going to make you money. One of my mentors says, offer creation is wealth creation. The offer comes with a price tag. What is the price tag that is right for you and for your potential clients, so that your potential clients become clients? So, gorgeous souls, I would love to invite you all to Boutique Business Boardroom Mastery. I have an event tomorrow, which you can join if you see this video tonight, or you can put yourself on the line for the next event in September. And what is Boutique Business Boardroom Mastery? It is about sharing with you my methodology and my tips and tricks to run a business, to grow your business in a premium way. I'm just stopped and thought, because I was having a conversation with a new client who said, I absolutely want my business to be premium. I want to work with a handful of clients, and that's it. I am luxury. This person said, I'm luxury. I'm rare. So which really fits the Boutique Business Boardroom system. So if you feel I want to be luxury, if you feel you're interested in exploring a different model, which is going to look at your audience, your offer, your pricing, your money mindset, then visit Boutique Business Boardroom Mastery link. I'll put the link here. If you don't sign up for this one, don't to worry. There's going to be an event in September. September is going to be slightly different, but I like to offer different things with different times of the year. So this one is I call it your last up leveling of summer. For those of you that are, of course, in the Northern Hemisphere, in September, we're going to go more with a autumnal feeling and decluttery feeling and everything related to make money that way. So sending you so much love. Thank you for watching. If you do have a friend who have a business that you feel is ready to up level, that you feel, you know what, I know they love coaching, I know they love self-development, know they love a little bit of mysticality, they love a little bit of magic, then show them this video, and I would love to see them at Boutique Business Boardroom Mastery tomorrow, 12 noon UK time. Thank you for watching.